In the fall of 2016, a series of surveys went out across the nation to talk to people, centers of influence, people within the churches of Canada, people that were sitting in the pews. Parents were receiving them. Many people in the faith community received these surveys and were asked questions about what they felt were the priorities that we needed to focus on moving forward. We asked them what was important to them in their communities. We asked them about the things that we should be supporting and the things that we should be rejecting in the way of ideas out there. But what was interesting to note was when you looked at all of this information and the data that was collected, all of these expressions of concern could be reduced down into 4 silos, or what have come to be known as pillars. We set aside everything that can divide us. We set aside all of our denominational differences, all of our different political views, all of our different things that could possibly distract us from the things that we unify around. And these are the 4 pillars that we rally around here on the National Leadership Briefing. First, we rally around a common desire and belief that parents have the right to raise their children the way they want. We believe that here on the National Leadership Briefing, that parents in Canada should have the right to raise their children in the same faith tradition, with the same values. They should be able to pass on the things that were passed on to them by their parents freely and without interference from government. So that's the first pillar, that parents should have the right to raise their children the way they want. The second pillar that we rally around on the National Leadership Briefing is that those we elect to serve us in civil government must respect and defend our right of belief and freedom of religion. And that's for all Canadians, that the people that we actually put in the legislatures and in the House of Commons, they must respect our right of belief and defend it, more importantly, when it's under siege or under attack. We don't want another politician being elected to hold a seat in the House of Commons that refuses to stand up against the barrage of attacks that are coming to people of faith in Canada right now. So they must respect and defend our right of belief and freedom of religion. That's the second pillar. Now, the third pillar that we rally around here on the National Leadership Briefing is that the laws and policies that are passed by those elected representatives must provide for the safety and security of the citizens, especially the vulnerable among us. It's important to note that because sometimes, especially lately, politicians have been passing laws and they've been actually not taking into consideration the negative health consequences that those laws will have on the citizens. And even worse, they've been passing very serious laws that have actually put people in harm's way. So at the very least, at the very minimum, the very first box that all legislative proposals and all policy must check is the box that holds high the responsibility to keep vulnerable people within our community safe. That's the third pillar. And the fourth pillar that we rally around here on the National Leadership Briefing is, it is inappropriate for civil government to heap debt upon the backs of our children and future generations. So spending money on us, calling it an investment in our children's future, when really what it is, it's excessive taxation that's going to be placed on the backs of our kids when they're born and as they go through their young adult lives. That's inappropriate. That flat out, that is not fiscal policy that we support here on the National Leadership Briefing. Now, I want you to understand something about these 4 pillars. They came from you. They're your pillars. They're the things that you believe. Now, there's a movement out there in Canada right now, and again, they definitely aren't the majority. They are the vocal minority that believe that your ideas and the things that you hold up as priorities do not have a place. But I can tell you that in our society and in Canada, they do. You're a citizen, you're a constituent, you're a member of the community, you have elected representatives. Those are your ideas and you don't have to justify them, qualify them. They don't even, you know what? An idea doesn't even have to be a good idea to be considered among the mix of ideas that are out there in the government and political landscape. That's the truth of the matter. As citizens, we have the right to put forward ideas. These are the things that we believe in. That is good enough for us. That should be good enough for our elected representatives.